The Madagascar Protected Areas and Biodiversity Fund is a Malagasy private trust fund that supports the conservation of biodiversity and related ecosystem services, community development around protected areas, and capacity building of protected area managers. Despite a decline in financial resources from tourism revenue for protected area management from COVID-related travel restrictions, FAPBM has been able to financially support many protected areas in Madagascar. This was due to investments of some loyal donor partners and sound management of the existing capital in the fund. While this underpins the important role that FAPBM plays already for some of Madagascar's protected areas, with increased investment in the fund, all 123 protected areas will benefit from a stable and sustainable source of finance for PA operations and management. In 2023, FAPBM will intensify fundraising efforts together with other protected area partners. FAPBM provides a trusted legal mechanism for the sustainable financing of operating costs of protected areas in the country. For example, the French Development Agency contributed to the capital of FAPBM to the tune of €8 million in 2020. Income from this endowment to the fund's capital serves to bridge finance needs of protected areas in the AFD's COBABY project once this project ends in 2024. FAPBM is also a financial management mechanism for global initiatives and bilateral or multilateral biodiversity projects. For example, in 2021, FAPBM provided financial management services for 3 significant projects: GEF6AMP, $6 million for the extension and consolidation of marine protected areas, QMM Rio Tinto Offset Project, $300,000 for the new Agne Lazaha protected area, managed by Missouri Botanical Garden, and the Madagascar Lemurs Portal platform, a database exclusively dedicated to lemurs. In 2021, capital gain enabled FAPBM to financially support 42 of the 123 protected areas in Madagascar. This represents 3,600,000 hectares of important ecosystems and wildlife habitats. More specifically, FAPBM allocated 11.7 billion Malagasy ariaries, which is approximately 50% of budget of Madagascar National Parks, an organization responsible for several important protected areas in the nation. This amount covered 29% of the total budget required in 2021 for newly created protected areas. Also, 2 protected areas received funds from FAPBM's Special Intervention Fund. This enabled protected area managers to respond to specific, unpredictable and urgent threats jeopardizing the viability of a particular target or the ecological integrity of the protected area in general. Furthermore, 4 protected areas received funds from the Support Fund for Strengthening of New Protected Areas, managed by FAPBM. These funds are used to finalize important official documents such as the management and development plans and the environmental management and social safeguarding plans of newly created protected areas. Through these financial injections from FAPBM, threats were reduced and the quality of several ecosystems and habitats were restored. For example, 45% less forest fires were recorded for 2021 in protected areas compared to previous years. This success comes partly from the fact that more sustainable economic activities of local communities were supported, and partly from increased capabilities of protected area managers to address causes of forest fires with innovative approaches. These include things as building agricultural firewalls, implementing goal-based patrols, increasing community involvement in ecological monitoring and restoration activities, and creating early warning systems. 1.8 million hectares of forests were conserved in protected areas. Nearly 3,000 hectares of ecosystems were restored, showing restoration success rates of 75%, and no species went extinct of the 319 conservation target species. Also, through FAPBM funding, ecosystem supply and regulation services were secured in the lowlands and watersheds around protected areas. For example, 3.5 million people benefit from goods and services provided by protected areas supported by FAPBM, 14,818 beneficiaries are included in local development activities supported by FAPBM, in particular through creation and implementation of 16 different value chains such as those for rice farming, fishing, beekeeping, crafts amongst others. Jobs are maintained in these areas, and there are now 15% more beneficiaries of value chains and 3,115 jobs were financed related to management of protected area. Specifically, these include jobs for patrol officers, guards and people working in plant nurseries amongst others. Thirdly, FAPBM funding helps maintain functional local management units following the pandemic. For 2021, the Management Effectiveness Tracking Tool or MET in the protected areas supported by FAPBM is around 72% for MNP and 71% in the new protected areas. This is a reasonable high score. FAPBM continues to implement its role diligently and successfully, ensuring the funds entrusted achieve what they were intended for. Now is the time to invest in FAPBM so that the organization can progress to support the needs of all 123 protected areas in Madagascar.